All right, so let's try to decide, so we have first half of the year, right, that ends in May, and then we have a second half of the year. All right, so May, right, Q1 is, earnings is basically over. There's still a lot of companies to announce, but all the major mega cap and large cap technology companies already announced earnings. So the question is, going into May, there are two things can happen, right? Bull market, basically say that, we'll break through the 430, right? We'll break through the 430, and we'll finish somewhere between 480 and 440, right, in May. Right, so that's scenario number one, right? Soft landing, it doesn't really matter what the current earnings are, but inflation continues to go down, full employment participation, and companies, yeah, there is some slowdown in PMI numbers, but the economy will turn around. And then we continue to go in one, right? We finish somewhere between 480 and 440. Second scenario, we maybe, touch 430, maybe even 440, but we trade in the range, right? We trade in the range. All right, that's scenario number two. Scenario number three, we test or break 350, and we finish somewhere here. And then, and that would be the second quarter, right? Second earnings. So so let's go through the scenario, let's vote. And this is an important exercise, right? If you think we're in soft landing, right, then you basically say 1. If you think we're in hard landing and this is just a false breakout, then you basically say we're gonna retest H1, we're gonna retest 52-week low, right? But soft landing will say this was the bottom, we're not gonna retest it. Hard landing, gonna say, we will retest it and break in H1. And then, if you're not sure, you're somewhere in the middle, then you would say, okay, we're gonna finish somewhere to, maybe at 416, maybe at 390, but somewhere in that region. Right, and that dictates how many bullish, bearish positions do you have, and how do you rebalance your portfolio? Because I'm getting calls, we're getting support tickets. Everybody's asking, Vlad, which stocks should I buy? And they're giving me a big list, 10 stocks. I want to buy, Bitcoin, Rivian, Nvidia, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Coinbase, all the favorite stocks of previous, few years. So to answer that question, you have to kind of say, well, what do I think, where are we going to end up in H1 and where are we going to end up in H2, right? Unless you answer these questions, you really don't know what to buy, or at least how much of it to buy. So let's go through that scenario 1, 2, and 3.